Welcome to the Skeeter Bass Champs television series. Today, we're going to utilize some of our big bass event winners. That's right, head-to-head competition in a bracket. And at the end of the season, we'll determine our overall Skeeter Bass Champs TV Challenge champion.
Nice.
Get ready, fish. Bass Champs starts now.
Come on, big boy. There we go, boy. Good job.
In 1997, Chad Potts and Jeff Welch created the Bass Champs Tournament Organization, hosting amateur fishing events throughout the state of Texas. And when Skeeter Boats came aboard as the title sponsor, Bass Champs became the largest team tournament circuit in the nation, boasting the richest guaranteed payback in grassroots competition. So if you love bass fishing and you want to have a great time competing in the biggest team tournaments and big fish competitions, it's time to join us at Bass Champs. In our previous matches, we saw the Angler of the Year teams going head-to-head, but there's going to be a change today. I'm with Chad Potts and Jeff Welch from the Skeeter Bass Champs Tournament Organization. Chad, tell me about our anglers.
We got our two big bass winners. From the Mega Bass event this year, we got John Newkirk, and from the Skeeter Owners Tournament, we got David Lane. Head-to-head, one-on-one, it's going to be a good one.
Newkirk and Lane, I like it. Jeff, a little bit about the rules.
You know, standard Bass Champs rules with these exceptions: 18-inch minimum, 3 fish, no nets.
Gonna be interesting. The anglers are idling out right now. Let's check in on their strategy.
We're getting a little later start than I thought we would, which is okay. But my strategy probably gonna be fish a little bit deeper than I had originally intended, and maybe off the edge of the grass lines. I see some trees I'm gonna probably try and hit the outside of, and hopefully a little bigger fish be sitting out just a little bit deeper than the shallow.
You know, before we even started this morning, there were just a lot of fish schooling right here where we launched. Down here in this deeper water, which is going to be cooler water. So I may not even go up in that side where John's at. I may just stay down here in the deeper, cooler water and try my best to raise a nice 3 fish limit here. 28 feet of water. There's one. There's one. That fish will keep. Oh my gosh, no net. Oh. I like it, I like it.
David Lane left the boat ramp and said, why go anywhere? I'm seeing some fish activity right here. He puts the trolling motor down. In 3 minutes, he sets the hook with a square bill crankbait and catches the first keeper of the competition. Instinct, it works.
Well, usually these private lakes are stocked with pretty good amount of bait fish, but typically there's always a natural perch or crawfish color, you know, so I went with the 2 crankbaits. One's bluegill color, one's kind of a crawfish color, and figured I'd start out with that, see if I can find some fish first and then go from there. There's a fish. I think it's a small one, but looks like a crappie. No, little bass. Not big enough. No hooks in the fingers today, boys. But it's a start. Gotta break it in. That's a decent fish right there. Got the first one out of the way.
Skeeter Bass Champs with Fishburne is brought to you by Skeeter. Eat, sleep, fish. Yamaha. Reliability starts here. Power Pole. Swift, silent, secure. Lowrance, find, navigate, dominate. Chevron Delo, let's go further. Techron, expect more. Sportsman's Auto Network, dealers that speak our language.
John,
Yes,
how
sir.
you doing, man? Give me an update. Tell me what's going on. Have you caught any keepers?
I caught one keeper, caught two small ones, or one small one. Bite's pretty slow. I think that full moon last night's got them a little slow right now, but hopefully it'll pick up.
Tell me about the cover and the technique you're using there.
Well, I'm just throwing a 10-inch power worm, and there's a little bit of a point that comes out here by these trees, a lot of grass and a lot of wood, and marking some fish, just can't seem to get them to bite like I need to.
Plenty of time. Take your time.
It's a typical summer bite right now. I mean, they are not aggressive, but they're feeding. Boy, that was quick. Yeah, that fish may keep. Some nice, healthy fish. Maybe just a little short. My board's still wet. That fish will measure. Yep, that fish will measure.
David, we were about 100 yards away. He's got another fish on. When you caught that last fish, what's going on?
Well, I think that bass like red. They're really passive. You really need to just kind of soak that bait. A lot of fishermen, a term I never heard of until 6 months ago, called dead sticking. Basically just throwing it out there, letting it lay, and with a Berkeley power bait, they're gonna smell it, attracted to the color, and just come suck it up. You pick up the line, nice and heavy.
Well, get back after him. Outstanding job. You know, the comment that he made about slowing down and methodically fishing those edges and ledges with that worm. A lot of times when there's been heavy fishing pressure in an area, it works, and he's proven that.
It's that time of morning where I might switch to a little bit bigger plastic. Need to check those fish real quick, make sure aeration's working. Yep, we're good. How about that? Good. I just don't like the hook set. Oh. I don't think I'm gonna need the board.
David, tell me about that last giant that you caught. What was the deal?
You know, fish, sometimes the truth hurts, but I wanted to check my fish in the live well. I have a limit, and I cast it out. And what I ultimately did was dead stick the bait. I casted it out right here on this ridge I've been fishing, went back here, checked my fish in both sides, came back, and she was on.
Great job. David Lane has a great 3-fish limit. I don't know the weight, but remember that one key big bite is already in his box. Let's run down to the other end of the lake and check in with John Newkirk.
There's fish. Not gonna keep though, but it's a fish. Using that green pumpkin. And you know, it's the first time I've used this particular bait. I've always used green pumpkin like most people, but First time I've used this particular bait, and it seems to be obviously a little crawfish color in it. It seems to be pretty decent. Fish are a little slow, but I kind of expected that. All right, let's try that crankbait again. Perch color crankbait, a little bluegill color. There's fish. Oh, he come off. How did he come? No, he didn't. He come back and got it. Picked him inside the face. Well, as soon as it broke through the top of them trees, I felt it come through them. It jumped out and hit it. It's almost if I'm not ticking the trees, you know, they're not eating it. If I'm not touching that wood with that crankbait, they're not hitting it. Just that reaction bout, I guess. We got one on right here. That's a pretty good fish. Yep. Yeah, that'll work. That's what we need right there. Right off of that tree on that point too. That'll make two.
Well, Newkirk just put his second keeper in the boat, and he's got about an hour and a half left to fish. But you know what's interesting about the individual events where we only have one angler in the boat from the big bass divisions is they don't have any help. There are no nets. The fish have to be 18 inches long, and there's no one there to help lip the bass. So it's a different dynamic, but he's doing a great job.
Another fish. Right off that tree again. Feels like a decent fish. Yep. Come on over here, you little pig. Now we're talking. Well, same deal. I just caught another pretty nice fish on the wood. Got shallow and didn't catch nothing. They kind of stopped on me, even just little bites, but got back out here on the outside of this point, and sure enough, right by the tree where I caught the last one, there he was. So obviously going to be on the wood. Might need to forget about the grass for right now and go with that. Well, that takes the pressure off. Now just fish. Good fish here too. Pull right off that tree, and I mean right off of it. I needed this one to call that little smaller fish I got a thing. Yes, sir. That's what we needed. Same thing. This bluegill color is I'm telling you, I saw those bluegill earlier, and it's the exact color of those bluegill. It's pretty amazing what they've done with it, but that bait runs so true and so well around those trees. It doesn't get hung up in them, and that's the key. You don't want it to get hung up. All right.
Changed up a little bit here. You know, all morning we've been out in deep water, throwing up to the shallow and coming off that ledge. Now I'm throwing out to the deep water, sitting, bringing it up the ledge. That's where he came. He came out of 24 feet. Looks like a little better fish, doesn't it? Looks like a little better fish out here. That deep water. All right. That's good stuff on a day like today. Wow. I'm gonna try this cast one more time. This is what I tried to set up earlier. Oh, 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 oh. Holy cow.
What happened?
Well, you guys said don't look at the drone, so he didn't see it really. And so he cast into it.
No!
But I think it's okay. But he literally guided it into the front seat and it landed like this. And I was like this.
I heard, you know how when it turns, you hear the, it went like this. And then I saw it go, oh, that was awesome. That's the greatest thing I've seen in
I just hope it's not hurt. I didn't.
this.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not about this.
Yeah.
It's about you guys.
Oh, I know.
We need to send them a bill if this drone is damaged. I can't believe it. You got about 40 yards of line here. Do you want it back?
You know, I was following instructions. My cameraman said, don't look at the drone, which just naturally, earlier I was looking at it. It was a distraction. He was trying to help me not be distracted. And so I heard it, and I didn't know where it was, and I just cast. There's a treetop I wanted to fish right there, and I just cast, and the next thing you know it, I had me a machine on the end. And it started to go down into the water. You know, it was like here, and then I just reeled it real fast down into the boat so it wouldn't land in the water. That boy was looking for cover.
Skeeter Bass Champs with Fishburne is brought to you by Skeeter. Eat, sleep, fish. Yamaha. Reliability starts here. Power Pole. Swift, silent, secure. Lowrance. Find, navigate, dominate. Chevron Dello. Let's go further. Techron. Expect more. Sportsman's Auto Network. Dealers that speak our language.
Well, that's our cue. We got to go. I got 3 pretty decent fish. I'm hoping my competitor does too, but not as decent as I do. And I feel pretty good. I think I should have done a little better, but we're fixing to go find out.
And there's the horn ending today's competition between 2 great Bass Champs Big Bass event winners. I got to tell you, I think it's going to be pretty close. We're going to go load the boats right now on the trailers and head to the weigh-in.
All right, about to start the first leg of the Big Bass Challenge. We've got David Lane, the winner of our Skeeter Owners Tournament this year, on his way up, fishing against John Newkirk. First to weigh in, David. Good bag, by the way. All right, here's your weight. Confirm that?
Yep.
Got a good fish in there.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about it?
Well, I'm fishing against a really good competitor, and he is a big bass fisherman. And obviously, winning the Mega Bass at 12.35, I got my work cut out for me. I feel like I did the best I could. I fished clean. I didn't lose anything. So I did the best I could with the bites that I was given. So.
Man, you did a great job. We're going to see how it shakes up with this guy over here, so
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. After seeing the weight, did the best I could. Feel pretty good about it. We'll see what happens.
All right, David Lane just weighed in. We're going to bring up John Newkirk, his competitor. John won our Mega Bass event this year, topped over 2,000 anglers. Here is your weight today. Confirm that one?
Yes, sir.
All right. So John, now that you've finished the competition, one of you guys is going to move on. How do you feel about your weight today?
I'd be surprised if it's good enough. I had a little less than I thought I would, but yeah, it was pretty tough for me. I struggled a little bit, so I would be surprised if it wins, but if it was tough for me, it's probably tough for him.
All right, well, we're about to bring you both up and determine the winner and see who moves on.
Good deal.
So congratulations for being here, and we'll see you in just a few minutes.
Thank you, sir. So after seeing my weight, I think I'm probably gonna need a little more. I'd be surprised if it holds up.
All right, we've reached the moment we're going to decide who moves on in the Big Bass Elimination Round 1. David Lane, John Newkirk, you guys come on up. One of you anglers is going to move on to the next round in hopes of trying to get to the championship round of the Bass Champs Elimination Challenge. So, I've got both of your weights right here. Neither of you know who has what. So, we're going to announce who moves on. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
David Lane, moving on.
Good deal. Good for you.
Congratulations.
Hey, good job, brother. You did good. Thanks, sir.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
So you actually won by about almost 4 pounds, right around 4 pounds. You had really one good fish in there that bumps you up, and that's what you need in these kind of competitions as a big kicker fish.
Yes, sir.
How excited are you about moving on?
Well, I'm excited. I mean, it's my first year back. It's been really wonderful and a blessing, and we're just glad to be a part of it. Thank you guys for all you're doing.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing you in the next round, and you're going to be facing some more tough competition in the next one too. So that's what it's all about. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
David, congratulations again. One fish made the difference.
Yes, sir. Caught one nice fish out in about 24 foot of water. Made all the difference this morning.
Cooler water, bigger bass.
Absolutely.
I love it. I look forward to seeing you in your next competition.
Thank you, Fish.
But what about next week? You'll see the Berkeley Big Bass event winners. What? 2 guys will be competing here with us. One that caught the largest fish over the slot on Lake Fork, and the one that catches the smallest fish under the slot. Watch out. It's Bass Champs, and we'll see you next week. Hey, we have just recovered our Phantom drone. He had the drone on. He fought the drone for several seconds, and as the drone plummeted towards Earth, he swept his rod into the boat. Videographer did a happy dance.